Welcome to our Summit Seekers Thursday morning virtual chat. If you love what we cover in our chat, which is about business, how to balance, how to create, how to really move forward, rank up, we cover a lot of different discussions depending on what the community has either sent in a question or the people in the community who attend, if whatever the discussion ends up being. Give us a hashtag replay when you watch the replay. And of course, if you have a question, comment, DM me, reach out. Of course, I'd love to hear an aha moment when you in the comments when you watch the replay. But I had a couple of text messages from a couple in the community that said they were going to be running just a few minutes late, but I thought I'd go ahead and start. And when they pop in, then we can go from there. I don't know if you noticed my new look. Today, I wanted to talk about imposter syndrome. What is imposter syndrome? Why does it happen? And can you flip it? See, imposter syndrome is when you are trying to do something and you don't feel like you are capable, that you really know what you're doing, that you feel like when you talk to somebody that, why should they believe you? Imposter syndrome is really, really big for a lot of networkers. A lot of people who get into selling products, you know, when they go to present it, they're like, well, is it really as good as I like? I like it, but maybe nobody else will like it. Imposter syndrome covers so many different areas. But what if you flipped it? See, I put on a new look because when we look in the mirror, we see the same person looking back at us. And the thing is a lot of times when we put on a costume or we dress up, we feel different about ourselves. So I figure, you know, why not put on a whole different look? And that way I can walk into being the person that is top seller, walks across the stage, you know, gives speeches. I'm that person because it's not the same person kind of looking back at me. It looks a little different. One of my mentors asked me a question. Who would I need to be to walk as a multimillionaire? Who would I need to be? See, the thing is if I was already that person, I'd already be a multimillionaire. For us to enjoy or have or walk in a different life than the one we have to start seeing ourselves differently. We have to start incorporating different beliefs about who we are. There's so many things with imposter syndrome, with just not believing. For me, the hardest thing was I grew up in tremendous scarcity. My mom was a single mom way back before it was even a popular thing. She divorced my dad when I won't even say 3, or they separated. And she got excommunicated from the Catholic Church. It was so long ago. So I was raised at a time that everybody else had moms and dads, had 2 incomes, or at least had a mom at home. And so scarcity was a normal part of my life. And one of my mentors pointed out that scarcity, when you grow up in scarcity, you have to try to, whoops, I better plug in my computer. It was starting to get low. It's a thing that it's so normal to you, you don't even realize that you are walking in scarcity. It affects so much of your business. It affects how you interact with the community, and whether you decide to play the victim. See, I never played the victim, but I did get stuck in trying to make it happen. I've been going through a program by Peter Sage called the Ultimate Self-Mastery. And I recommend it to anybody. If you'd really like to know about this program, it's a year-long program. And the wonderful thing is it has no homework. You know, there's no studying, there's no writing, there's no notes. The way he's laid out this program is that with going over the material, there's a new lesson every week, that it talks about how to master ourselves in all, coming at all different kinds of angles and with all different kinds of scenarios. And we just assimilate the information because we're being exposed to it over and over again. But the biggest thing that I've been learning about this is that who we think we are is not who we are. We are so much grander and better. And what's another word I'm looking for? We're amazing. We were born amazing. And because of the way we are raised and the programming we get in the first 7 years of our life, we find out that love is conditional, which love isn't. But this world teaches us that love is conditional and that everything is based on, you know, how we look, what we do. You know, the world wants to control us in telling us who we should be, what we got to look like, how we got to act, you know, all these different kinds of things that make us feel not good enough, that we don't deserve anything. Like, you know, we're not together, we're not capable. The thing is when you start understanding the power that you have, and you start understanding that you have to change how you see you. And if you can put on a new look and realize that you can change anything in your life. It's easy. You can change anything. Let go of those things that are holding you back from walking in the grandness of who you are. Because imposter syndrome comes from us not believing that we can do this, that we don't know enough, we don't have enough, we're just not enough. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. It truly is. Now, there is a book, and if you have, if you're in my group, if you're not in the group, if you're seeing this on my YouTube channel, you're welcome to join this group and join this chat if you want, or see it in the group. But in the in the group, I have several books that are there for you to listen to. They're there, feel the fear and do it anyway. Because the things in our head, they're all made up. They're all lies. The programming that we've had since we were little, we have to reboot. We have to redo all those things that we were taught when we were very little, and we didn't know that they were wrong, because we assimilate the teachings that our parents gave, that their parents gave, that their parents gave. And unless we upgrade and start saying, wait a minute, I am that I am. That is my new meditation. Well, we got somebody popped in. Let's see who popped in. All right, who's here? Well, there you are, Miss Maria.
I'll wrap it. We're here.
All right, but that's okay. You're here. I appreciate you. So you've got a wet look. What you think of my new look?
I was just gonna say, it's a young look.
Is it young? You think this is
Yeah.
a young look? All right. Today's talk was going to be about taking on and looking at ourselves differently. And sometimes, if you need to do it physically, we do it because we have a tendency when we look in the mirror to see the same old person, right? So we keep acting the same old way.
Yes. I got to get rid of this bridge. I do not like it. I do not. I don't know where to go with it, but I'm going to figure it out. But yes, you're right.
It's under your video. You just click the little button and you can change the virtual background.
Not on an iPhone. But anyway,
Okay.
you're right. I've been thinking a lot about that myself. And that is a good analogy of you being different looking on the outside. But I also want to change. I don't know why my hand is shaking. I also want to change the inside. And I'm changing the inside.
Yes.
So that's what's important. You can change the outside, but the inside backgrounds and effects. There we go.
And that is so true, Maria. But the thing is so many people get stuck looking at the same picture in the mirror that they don't, they keep reverting back to who they used to be.
That's, yeah. Never thought of that.
That's the whole crux of this is how do you get rid of imposter syndrome? How do you get rid of the beliefs about who you are? Well, you do have to change them on the inside. And it takes recognizing which ones are you saying to yourself. Which ones are you saying, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. You know, I don't like my nose, I don't like my eyes, don't like my hair, I don't like my body. What is the thoughts? Because 60,000 thoughts a day. And 90% of them are in some way negative, demeaning, and self-defeating. So how do you change that? One at a time. One at a time. Today, my post today was about
I saw that.
Which abundance do you choose? And it's so funny because I didn't say you could only choose one. And so many people chose one. But see, we've been programmed. Well, which one do you want? You get one. But you can have them all. Which one do you choose? Oh, I choose joy. I choose wealth. I choose health. I choose them all. Because we can.
Yeah. But it was misleading, I guess.
No.
Did you say one?
I didn't say one. I said, which one do you choose today?
Which one do you choose today? One.
But you assumed that I only meant, the thing is some people who got it and they said, I choose all of them. Yes. Yes. I did say which one, but I didn't say you only had to choose one.
But that goes to show you that words are deceiving because you said one. Which one do you want? People don't think, oh, well, I could have wealth, I could have health, I could have them all.
But see, when you get in Forbes' world, you start learning to change and not, we are conditioned to answer the question exactly as it is asked. And that's why you have to quit answering the question as it is asked. You answer it to how you want it. What do you want people to know?
I can't get over your hair. I love it.
Do you love it? You know, I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow, and I bought these because it's going into the winter, and there's days I don't want to really work at doing my hair. But I thought I wanted to see if I could even manage trying to wear one. I got two. And so I was going to take it with me when I go get my hair cut tomorrow to have her explain did I do it right.
Yeah, it looks right.
You know, it looks right. All right, the other one I got is a little bit more bronzy. But you know, it's about acting or being and seeing a different me. If I want to walk and be a multimillionaire, then I have to start seeing me as a multimillionaire. It's hard to see me when I'm still in my same bathroom and my same bedroom and my same mess.
Yes.
It's hard to see, okay, where's the multimillionaire? Because it ain't in all this mess. So
I have a client coming over, and I didn't want to have to be in the shower while she was here. That was just not good. Matter of fact, I have two of them coming over, and so we're gonna have a put on nails day, and
awesome.
then I'm going to take her to see some sightful things here. I don't know if you've ever heard of Collins Street Bakery, but they sell famous fruitcakes.
Oh, okay. Love fruitcake. I guess I'm one of them odd people. I really like fruitcake.
I love it. My neighbor's giving me a couple, and I've got them cut into quarters, and my husband and I both love it. But they aren't cheap.
No.
So I said,
good things aren't cheap. The thing is there again, we have to think of, when I want to have it, I can buy it. I can buy it anytime I want. I choose not to buy it today. Today's not going to work in my schedule, but I can buy that. Most people, the first thing they said is, I can't afford that. They live in scarcity, which is what I was talking about earlier in when I was waiting for people to come on, is we think automatically, you said they're not cheap. Okay. There's lots of things that aren't cheap, but they're delicious. They're good. And I treat myself. It's a matter of what words we choose to describe things, what words we choose to assimilate when we talk about what we want to enjoy.
I buy the flavored ones because I like the flavored ones, not just the plain. Whether they're cheap or expensive, I do treat myself to that.
Yes.
And the other, Russell Stover's candy is right here. So it used to be an oil rush. Back in the early 1900s, there was derricks here. But yes, it is in treating yourself because you're worth it.
Exactly. The thing is we are amazing energy beings, and we are limitless. The world has taught us that, or tried to program us, that there's scarcity, that there's, that we have all these limitations, and we don't. But as long as they can get us to think that way, then there is.
From when you were living at home, it was the way things, and the pharmacy's trying.
You broke up. I didn't quite hear that.
Because I got a call, I had to shoot it to voicemail. Because during the 40s and the 50s, our parents just were very resourceful. They were very frugal, and we were raised that way. So it's instilled into us from when we were younger. It's up to us to be able to change that, to be able to have. And yes, that comes from you. And yes, that comes from Forbes. But I've been doing, if I'm doing something.
I've been working on that way before Forbes. But the thing is with her being an actress, she's really brought out more of the, let's mix it up, have fun, that we don't have to have everything so serious and so boring. That's, it's taking, I tell people, I don't even tell people, I tell myself, these are my 20s, because when I was in my 20s and I got married and my first baby was born with spina bifida, I became an instant adult with a lot of challenges. And for the next 40 years, because she'll be 41 this year. Yeah. No, she'll be 41 this year. It's been I've taken on, now I'm taking care of my mother, but I'm like, okay, it's time that I go back and find the fun in being an adult. But so many people take on all these challenges and then they just keep saying, life's hard, life's hard, life's just hard, life's challenging, life sucks. And I never did that. I just didn't know that I could change it with the way I was thinking. I just kept tackling one problem would come up, I'd solve it and keep on moving on. With the programs that I'm working in, including Forbes, it's about understanding that we can have anything we want if we start thinking about it differently. So she tells the story that in the middle of COVID, when you couldn't travel and couldn't do anything, that she wanted to go to Costa Rica. Have you heard this story, Maria?
Yes, I think so. Go ahead with it.
Okay. She wanted to go to Costa Rica and everything was shut down, couldn't do anything. So she said she started putting pictures up on her computer. She started researching places to go in Costa Rica. She started thinking on Costa Rica. You know, whenever she was bringing in whatever opportunity when she could go, she's where she wanted to go. She said about 6 months into all of this creating about Costa Rica and putting these pictures up and starting to make, you know, plans of things to do or things to enjoy or whatever in Costa Rica, she gets a call from a guy who wants to host one of her trainings in Costa Rica.
Yeah,
She goes, well, how are we going to do that? There's no flights. He says, I have personal plane. He says, I want you to come do a training in Costa Rica at my house and be here for a week. She goes, okay. She had no idea. That one was somebody she'd known for years, but you know, everything was shut down. But all of a sudden, this person had this idea and said, I can fly her here and we're going to have this training. And that's what she did. And she said the place that she stayed was the exact picture that she had on her computer. The whole visual thing looking out the room was the one she had on the computer. You can create anything you want. She didn't know when it was going to happen. She didn't know. She just started dreaming and saying, this is something I want to enjoy. We can do that at any time. We do not have to get stuck in thinking, oh my God, I got to make the end of the month. I got to do this. I got to do that. Let life flow. Do what you're supposed to be doing each and every day. And just be grateful that it's going to happen. Whenever it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's about being in the future and planning for the things that you want to enjoy. Life will create it for you when you start enjoying it. So I've been in that realm for a while, and just hearing her talk about it brings it so much more, you know, the possibilities. And I'm like, the whole reason I have taken and do a lot of my programs is because I want to do and create my life faster. I've created it, but sometimes it takes me a couple of years of thinking on it to get it actually to manifest and come into existence. And I said, you know, there's people who create things all the time. So when Forbes started talking about how she does that, I started doing that, and I started creating all kinds of things. Things started happening in my day because I started with little stuff. You know, I would talk about, especially, you know, because when I drive Uber, oh, I need to go by here to get gas because that has the cheapest price. I'd get a ride right to that gas station, or right by dropping them off, right by where I need to get gas. Things started happening, and things do happen each and every day when I start purposely thinking on them. It's to me, it's the most amazing thing. Money wise, when I think about how much money I want to have for the week, the last 3 weeks, I've hit my numbers. I just started thinking on it and being grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm making this amount of money this week. I have this much money coming into my checking account. It started happening.
And looking at things a little bit differently. Things that used to be low, ho, humdrum. Oh, I got to get out. It's 98 degrees. And it's like, you know, I started being grateful for the privilege that I can walk and that I can go outside and that I have what I have. Whether it is extreme weather or whatever it is, I started looking at it just a little differently. And that is the start of it.
Mm-hmm. It is.
How you look at it. So it's been different. My husband looks at me and go, you want to go out there now? I said, well, I got to get done. So I try not to time crunch anymore. Today was a good example, but I depended on him to do something yesterday. It didn't get done, so it had to get done this morning. So it was bringing in the feed. So he had to go this morning and get it. So I started out late, but I am here. It doesn't matter as long as you are putting forth the effort,
Mm-hmm.
mentally change, your way of thinking, things will manifest itself
Mm-hmm.
because of how you have or are training yourself to think about things different.
Right. I don't worry about what I get done or don't get done anymore, because those are the limitations of whatever I feel that I've been told that I got to get done to move my business forward. So now I just think on where I want my business to go, and I go with the flow of how I get things created or done. And I'm now listening more to the universe on what do I need to offer or have or talk about. And life is blooming in so many ways when you stop trying to control it.
Yep, that's true.
You can't control anything. You have to walk in the presence of abundance and accept all the abundance. And it's saying I am worthy to receive it. I did a training or something on that most people don't get their rewards or their blessings because they don't accept them. And so I thought, that's a really interesting thing. So I've now, they had a couple of sayings that, I'm receiving, I'm getting it now. I'm getting all the wealth the universe has for me right now. I'm receiving it. I'm accepting it. It said, another saying that they had was, open your mind to receive, for the universe eagerly awaits to shower you with limitless prosperity that is rightfully yours. Even in the Bible, it talks about the riches and how all you have to do is ask and it is given. But so many people don't think they're worthy enough to even receive it.
Or the other parables, the doubting Thomas, they doubt whether they will, because of their programming.
Right.
Don't.
One girl told me, I was talking to one girl and she told me, yeah, she says, I want to do everything right in this life so I don't have to come back and do it again. And I thought, you don't have to do it right. There is no right. The thing is this life is about learning how to have joy. This life is about learning to love and have joy and to create and empower each other. There is no right or wrong. It's about accepting that this is the journey. And we need to work at being, or not even work. We need to understand that all we have to do is try to be the best person we can through each situation.
Yes.
It's about growing. It's about becoming and understanding that we are great. And we come into this world as a little baby, and we have to learn it from the ground up how great we are. But this world wants to keep us locked into the control and do what everybody else is doing, and you have to follow what is joyful in your heart and find the joy in each and every moment of the day, no matter what's going on, even in traffic. Be joyful in the traffic. Get to slow down. I know that nobody's going to hit me. We're only going 5 miles an hour. I can't hear you. What? Where'd you go?
Are you there?
Oh, there you are.
Maybe because I didn't say anything for a while, it went.
I don't know. I'm just saying you were talking and I couldn't hear you. I'm like, okay.
I was saying I got stuck in a traffic jam the other day, was able to get a lot of things done. There was some stuff I had to research on. And we weren't even in a snail's crawl. It was a terrible accident. I did pray for those people, but I couldn't figure out why it took an hour and 20 minutes to get home when it was already a 20-minute journey.
Right.
But I was enough to grab my dinner where I was, because even though I had to wait 30 minutes to eat it, I had it with me. It was an intuitive thought that said, oh, I better stop at Wendy's and get something to eat because it's going to be late by the time I get home from this doctor's appointment. Well, it was late, and it was later.
Right.
I was able to email some people. I was able to message them mostly. And so I got some things done because I was forced to sit stagnant and not. I said, okay, what can I do to make this time valuable for me? And that's what I did.
Yep. That's why I listen. People tell me I have Audible because I'm in the car so much. When I was doing deliveries, when I was the Avon lady, I learned, that was my time to learn a lot of different things. I would go to the library and get the cassette these great big books of cassette programs. And I would listen one right after the other and try to, teach myself and reprogram myself into better thinking to be a better salesperson, a better communicator, a better anything, because I realized if this was going to be my life, I needed to learn how to manage in it. Since I was not going to be in the corporate world because of my daughter, I said, okay, I have to learn how to do it better. Not that everything work that way, but in my limited thinking, I've moved myself through different steps, and now I'm finally, so many things are coming together, and life is just becoming boundless. It is amazing.
Said something. Have you read this book, Limiting Beliefs?
Eliminate limiting beliefs?
Beliefs or limit beliefs?
I mean, I read Sonia Ricotti's free book that we got, Eliminate Limiting Beliefs, but I don't know that I've read one on limiting beliefs.
Is the one through Sonia
Ricotti, and hers is called Eliminate Limiting Beliefs. Yes, and I've read that one. Yes.
I can't find where I downloaded it, so I have to spend time to do that today.
Okay.
No, I downloaded it, but I can't.
If you need the thing again, you might have to, I can send you the link for the free book again, if you need it.
I have it in my emails because I don't get rid of your emails. They're either in the trash or something, but I'll look back. But if you would care to send that again, that would be great.
Right. It was a link for her free book, and it should still be available. I don't know if she keeps up with the emails, and you'd have to use a different email, but you should be able to download it again wherever you open that email up, whether it's on your phone or on your computer. Where you open up your emails at is where it's going to download it. You haven't had your computer, so it should be downloaded in your phone.
Well, the power supply is a day late coming, so I was pretty frustrated last night when it wasn't in the mailbox. So it got confused about billing address and shipping address. So it sent me a notice to Amazon. Could you please verify what address you'd like this to go to? And I paid for it to come overnight, and here it's coming now, second day. So it is what it, I'm accepting the way it is. So
Right. I understand. All right, lady. Well, it's wonderful to have you here. I'm so glad. I hope this information has helped anybody. And of course, next time.
I love it.
I'm just trying to be a little creative here, huh?
Love you.
Thank you. Thank you. You are amazing, and I'm so glad that you're in my community and in my world.
I as well.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Karen Thomas. But guess what? That is not important. What's important is your success online. I can help you start a successful, thriving business online, no matter how many times you have failed. If you have a desire to win, you can. All you need is Wi-Fi, a laptop or desktop, and be able to follow simple directions. Reach out to me and I can show you exactly how.